but anyone can start today and make a new ending. So basically just saying, it matters where you're from. Your background is definitely going to matter, your family background, your community involvement. All of that stuff can change within a day if you wanted to. So it's just about today, taking the advantages that we have, utilizing the resources in our community. We all have different skill sets, different strengths that we can offer to each other. We all have weaknesses, but that's where the people around you definitely come in to support you.
That's excellent. All right, so man, that's Lawrence, man. He's amazing, amazing guy. He's gonna accomplish some amazing things in life. So now you should, at this point, I wanted to kind of open it up just a moment before we transition into our time management piece, and just see if anybody was willing to share their answers. Is anybody willing to share their answers to the 5 questions? If I could just get one person. Thank you. So as almost we were interviewing. And so we'll start with, who are you? Who are you?
Okay, all right. My name is Theresa Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what do you love to do?
I love to equip people with resources, information, networking opportunities, and connections that improve them or encourage them to excel.
Wow, I like that. So who do you like doing it for?
Okay, that's the next page. Any person, any age that desire to grow from stagnation and poverty.
Okay. So you look for folk that are hungry. That's good. And what is it that they really need?
They need to know that what I'm doing is not for my benefit, but it comes from a deep caring to see them have a better life.
Okay. All right. And then the last question, what's the significant change when you get those opportunities?
They are inspired, encouraged, and motivated to do the same.
That's amazing. So the idea is, thank you so much. Come on, give her a hand. The idea is I started working on this, and when I started, my personal statement was long. It was big. And and I kept narrowing it down to the point that my purpose statement, it's on my business card. When I give a card, it's building people of purpose and adding value to their life. It's on my email signature. That's what I live to do. Now, there are many ways in which I can do that. I do it through mentoring. I do it through vision coaching. I do it through pastoring. You see, I do it through I do it through my relationship with my children and fathering. I do it with my wife as a husband. But I do that in every setting that I'm in. And so I get up to do that. That means that there's never a day when I wake up and I don't have nothing to do. And so when you discover your purpose, man, it puts you on. Now there are ways where that can actually work for me and benefit me and create opportunities for me. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I always have meaning to my life. And one of the challenges in the world we live in is a lot of people are not sure of their meaning. Now, so you need to know your why. We're on page 11, but you need to know your why. And this is the thing. Once you discover your purpose, give all your time and energy to it. Give all your time. If you want to be great, discover your purpose and then give all your time and energy to it. So Jesus gave all of his time and energy to save the folk. Disney gave all of his time and energy to creating things that make people happy. He did it so much that even when he died, the vision was still written out. They're still building stuff that he had talked about. I can't remember the one place that he didn't get a chance to naturally see it. And there was a discussion. They were unveiling. It was one of the worlds that he had created down there, and they were unveiling. And he was dead, and his wife was up to give a speech, and the young man that introduced the wife before she came up, he said it's a shame that Mr. Disney didn't get a chance to see it. And when she came up, she said, no, he's seen it before we see it. And you have to see who you are and where you're going before anybody else sees it. This is important, because if you don't identify it, it's going to be very difficult for you to get there. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before we go into this time management piece is you have to discover and understand not only who you are or who you should be, but you have to change your should to must. Change your should to must. And once you know your purpose, it's not I should be this, no, I must be this. And the reason you do that is because what you're doing is you're raising the standard of your value system. When you raise the standard of your value system, then you can accomplish more things, because your decisions in life will always be based on your values. And if your values are too low about you, you'll make decisions that are too low about you. So when you look at your company and you look at your company or your career path or whatever it is you're doing, don't sell it short. You ought to see it and that it has more value, and you ought to have the greatest value for it than anybody else. This is important. My wife helped me with this process because there were times I would struggle with, I didn't see myself as being as valuable. You understand? And that type of thing. And so, and I would always sell myself short. I just didn't think I was as important. I didn't think I was significant. So when I made choices and decisions, I didn't put my all into it because it really didn't matter. Does this make sense? And so you have to raise that standard, and you have to transition. And so think about this. This is who I am. This is who I should be. This is who I must be. And you have to get to that third phase, because you want to say, this, I must be this. What happens when you know there's something you must do? You do it. You do it. Y'all don't hate me for this, but if you got to go to the bathroom, I must go to the bathroom. It ain't no
Must.
I'm just saying, really, you don't be sitting around having a debate about that. I must go.
Tell the truth, Bishop.
You understand? So you have to take your career and say, I must go. I must make this amount of money. Woo. Ain't no I should. Because when you say you should do things, you never do them. It's only the things that you put must on. So change your should of who you are to a must.
Absolutely.
Jesus said, I must be about my Father's business. Good God Almighty. I ain't gonna teach tonight. Y'all mess with it. All right. Okay. Now let's transition now. This is important. Now I want to do time management piece, and this is really exciting, because once you discover who you are, the first resource you're gonna need is time. Mm-hmm. Because when you discover your purpose, the first thing you'll realize is you start making statements. There's not enough time in a day. I don't have enough time to teach folk what I really want to teach. I don't have enough time to do what I really want to do. I don't have enough time to really invest. Man, where did the time go? And we act as though God made a mistake with time. He gave you plenty of time. We just waste time. So, there is a let's talk about. I'm talking about these 12 keys of time, and then we're gonna get into this. There's a worksheet that I want you to take home and really work on. We get into that a little bit, but let's look at page 12. Once you discover your why of existence, give all your time and energy to it. Now, 12 keys to reclaiming your time. Anybody ever lost time? Feel like you lost time? Mm-hmm. Type of thing. You finally figured it out and said, man, I'm behind. You understand? This is how you can make it up. Discover your purpose. Number one, you have to discover your purpose, because you don't discover your purpose, you're wasting time anyway. Mm. All right? You want to develop clear vision. When I have clear vision, I can run faster. When I know where I'm placing my feet, I can move faster. This makes sense. Clarity is your friend. We're going to talk about that. Number 3 is you want to document a plan. Document a plan. Don't never start your day off without a plan. Document a plan. And one of the plans you want to develop is a personal master plan. A personal master plan. What do you think I'm talking about when I say that? What is a personal master plan? Let's open up the floor of dialogue just a second. What do you think a personal master plan is?
Short and long-term goals.
Short and long-term goals, okay.
Pertains to self.
Pertains to self, okay.
Whatever goals I have for that day, that's in my plan.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. And so this is the thing. When I work for Gaston College, I'm director of facilities and maintenance, and so that's one of the things I do. And so I understand when we start talking about doing master plans, because we have a campus of 25, 30 buildings, and this is the thing. If something is broke, if something don't work, if something ain't clean, if something ain't cut, guess who fault it is? Mine. Right? So I got to keep up with all these buildings. Plus, when they start talking about we're going to build something in 2018 or 2020, guess who's going to plate that's on? Mine. And they have to know where they're going to put it. They have to know what's under the ground and can we put it there. They can't just, you just can't just start plopping buildings because you don't know what's under the ground. So we got a master plan that tells where everything is and where everything is going to be. Now, take that principle and apply it to your life personally. You got to know where everything is in your life. But you ought to also know and have a plan and say, this is what's coming. And this is where it's going to be. And this is how it's going to integrate. Does this make sense? All right? A personal master plan now gives you a 3 to 5 year projection of what's coming in your life. All right? Now, if you know what's coming, then you can make better plans. You can make better decisions, I should say. Right? So you want to develop a personal master plan. Number 4, you want to discipline your personal resources. Discipline your personal resources. Your personal resources are your time, your talent, and your treasure. We're going to talk about time tonight, of course. But your time, your talent, and your treasures, those are resources that God has given you. The amazing thing about the time component is that time never stops spending itself. Time will spend itself on nothing, or it'll spend itself on everything. You know, it don't matter to that. He's gonna just keep spending. He's not like a dollar now. You know, dollar bill. You know, you can hold it for a minute. I can put it under under my pillow and come back tomorrow and it's still there. Time, you can't hold it like that. So you got to take advantage of it as it's coming. Does this make sense? Now, so you want to program. I always use this concept. You want to program your time. Huh? You want to program your time. And what I mean by that is, Kevin, you ever get out the car, drop the $5, the $20 bill, and you didn't know you dropped it, and it's laying on the ground? Huh? And you walk, and somebody come behind you and see it. They pick up your 20, and check this out. They reprogram your 20 for themselves. Because you didn't know you had lost it. When we lose time, somebody picks up our time and reprogram it for themselves. So you have to know where your time is. You have to know where it's going. All right? We're going to talk about that. Number 5, you want to pursue your passion only. You're trying to make up ground. You ain't got time to play around now. Pursue your passion only. Number 7, identify what you value and create the must factor. That means you go from should to must. If this is what I value, then this is what I must do. All right? So I got ready to go back to school. We talk about going back to school. Once you value that, then you got to make a decision. They ain't sitting around talking about it. All right? Number 8, you got to make decisions based on destiny. Make your decisions based on your destiny. When you write vision, I love this piece. When you write vision, let that sink in a minute. So when I got vision, I ain't got to say, what you gonna do tomorrow? My vision tells you what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Honey, you gonna buy one? My vision tells me what to buy. My vision tells me where to invest. My vision tells me who to hang with. My vision tells me who to quit fooling with. Vision is an amazing thing. It'll take pressure off your mind. Y'all got this? Inventory your associations. All right? They're gonna, in your life, people are going to fit one of these categories. They're going to either be a helper or a herder. They're going to be a helper or a herder. You have to identify that, and when you identify they're a herder, why I can't just let you stand here and just stand on my toe.
That's right.
If you're stepping on my toe and we stand here talking, I just can't keep talking to you while you stand on my toe. Something's got to change. This makes sense. So you identify that so you don't waste time. Number 10 is you want to review your investments. It's important to go back and look at things. Go back and look at things. Your investment of your time, your investment of your treasure, your investment of your time, your talents, and your treasure. Look at the investment of those. Let me put this in for free. Review where you invest your thoughts. Is it really giving you a return? You have to treat your thoughts like money. If it ain't giving me no return, I need to quit thinking on that. As a man thinketh, so is he. All right. So number 11 is do not try to please everyone. And then number 12, of course, is hire a vision purpose coach, man. Get somebody to help you to figure this thing out. Quit trying to haul off and do it by yourself. Y'all, I'm country a little bit, so when I use haul off terms, just excuse me, just haul off and do, he's in the country, we're just gonna haul off and just do so. Yeah.
Kind of like a
Yeah, sort of like that.
Yeah, just haul off. People that haul ain't got no plan.
Just hold off.
I'm gonna haul off and start a business. Come on now. Some concepts on time. There's such thing as idle time.
That's right.
Time doesn't idle. Time is spinning. You understand? Time does not idle itself. It's spent. It's no such thing. Time is spent to purchase life. It's either good or bad. You get to make the decision. Number 3, time never stops spinning itself. Number 4, time is an opportunity to redefine our priorities. When did time begin? Let's throw this in for free. Why is it that Adam sinned and he was able to be redeemed? Lucifer sinned and he can't be saved. Why is it? I'm coming around, I'm going to make a point about time and how important it is to you. But let's look at it this way. When Lucifer sinned, he sinned outside of time. He sinned in eternity. And you can't change what you do in eternity. When Adam sinned, he sinned in time. And so time is like a slice of pie out of eternity. Oh, please get this. I wish I had my board. I like the illustrations. So just think of a piece of pie that's cut in 4 pieces, and one piece of that is time. But if you put the whole pie back together, it's eternity, right? So what God did was he created time for us to make correction on decisions that we made wrong. So that once we get it right, when he puts the pie back in, it goes back in eternity, then you'll be in right standings with God, even though you messed up in time. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. So the point of this is that time was created for you so that God could redesign things for you. Time did not start in Genesis 1. Time started in Genesis chapter 1, verse 3 or 4, when he says, let there be light, day and night. He separated, and time began. Does this make sense? And so the concept of time is time was created for you so that if I mess up, I still got time.